students want their own constitution. They want a place to live. They want some bananas to eat. Now what you do? No, the humans then don't want to engage with the monkeys. Now the monkeys are out here climbing trees and the humans want to talk.
A handful of students erect a shack on the University of Cape Town's main campus to highlight the plights of students without res placement. The group, affiliated to the Fees Must Fall and Roads Must Fall movements, say the housing crisis on campus is to the detriment of black students.
There are white students from America, from Europe, who came here on a term basis. Okay? They are in our res. The university acknowledges that 1% of the students from America and Europe are in the res of the university. And for us, that's of course a lie. It's 20% of semester students from America and Europe are housed in our residence. And then we ask in whose expense? And of course, in the expense of black people. How do you then, the citizens of the country, are excluded from the housing precisely because to accommodate the white American student and the white European student? If you were to remove those students out of residence and put them on the street, I'm telling you immediately, they will be out of there, then they will be already housed. Now for us, it's a question of who are you prioritizing, okay? The university can easily say to those white students, leave the residence so that they can accommodate the citizens.
UCT has dismissed claims that it gives preference to international students over local for housing placement. It says that less than 2% of allocated beds are given to semester abroad students. The university goes on to say the very action of student protesters in 2015 disrupted the process of managing this year's accommodation problems. Student Representative Council Chairperson Rorisang Moseli says the SRC is doing everything they can to alleviate the problems, but warns they are more complex than they appear.
The principal position that we're going to take, or that we're taking, is that yes, we want black South African students to be placed. But we also then have to answer to the fact that international students aren't familiar with Cape Town, but they've got the resources and the means to find off-campus accommodation. What would have been an ideal situation is if we had preempted this crisis and redirected those students to off-campus accommodation. But right now, we have those students already moved in and occupying those res spaces, and I don't necessarily know legally and ethically if we can ask them to leave. So, you know, principally, we are in favor of black South African students having places in residence, but on a practical level, that's where we encounter challenges.
UCT management says it supports the right to protest, but asks that demonstrators respect the rights of students and staff. Protesters say they will remain on site until their demands are met.